Makers of Campbell Soup present the Campbell Playhouse.
DJ
Orson Welles produces.
KWWK. Tripping with DJ Coady on KWWK.
Good evening, this is Orson Welles. There are clearly a number of ways in which a Christmas carol could be introduced. Myself, I am most struck by the happy fortune that enables us on this Christmas Eve to present Mr. Lionel Barrymore, the best-loved actor of our time, in the world's best-loved Christmas story. A Christmas Carol. When Charles Dickens presented this little story to the world almost 100 years ago, it found an instant response in the hearts of people everywhere who saw in it their favorite fictional chronicle of what Christmas is and what Christmas means to all the simple people of the earth. From the day of its first printing, families have been innumerable in which there has remained unbroken the tradition that the reading of a Christmas carol was an item indispensable to a proper observance of the most important of days. It is the American way, as we know, to establish traditions quickly where popular instinct and sentiment pronounce them sound. And so it is that today, actually only the 5th anniversary of Mr. Lionel Barrymore's first playing of the part of Ebenezer Scrooge for the Campbell Playhouse, there is, I think, in all America nothing more eagerly awaited, more firmly rooted in the hearts of the radio family that numbers millions than this yearly performance of A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol, as Charles Dickens wrote it, has by common consent long been a classic. Mr. Lionel Barrymore's appearance in it rapidly becomes one. Now, just before A Christmas Carol, Ernest Chappell has a special Christmas greeting from the makers of Campbell Soup. Mr. Chappell?
Thank you, Orson Welles. As the old year draws toward its close, we of Campbell's feel a bond of warmth and gratitude toward each of you, our friends. For you see, in homes everywhere throughout the land, Campbell's soups have been welcomed. Day by day and week by week, we have placed confidence in us and in the foods we make. And there isn't anything we can
card I write. May your days be merry and bright. May all your Christmases be
Well, it's Christmas time, you know. I got on my own. Lord, it's Christmas time, you know. I got on my own.
Marley was dead to begin with. There's no doubt whatever about that.
Lord, I ain't got
The
no
register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief
I
mourner.
ain't got no face.
Scrooge signed it. And Scrooge's name was good upon change for anything he chose to put his hand to.
Lord, I just been me, my
Old Marley was as dead as a doornail. Scrooge knew he was dead? Of course he did. Scrooge and Marley were partners for I don't know how many years. Ah, but he was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone with Scrooge. A squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. And once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, old Young Scrooge sat busy in his counting house, a grim, cheerless place if ever there was one. The door of Scrooge's counting house was open that he might keep his eye upon his clock. Bob Cratchit, who in a cold and dismal little cell beyond worked with his treasures.
We want to see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, Santa Claus. We want to see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, Santa Claus. You don't have to bring me a choo-choo train. My sis don't want a toy. Mom don't want a diamond ring, and Papa just wants some joy. We want to see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, Santa Claus. We like your tummy big and round, your kisses have got around. Just wanna see your mambo, and I hope you won't let us down. We wanna see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, Santa Claus. Mambo! Papa does a mambo on a cane. My mom is learning too. You shouldn't feel any pain, cause we can do the mambo too. But we wanna see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, see Santa do the mambo, Santa Claus. Ah, mambo, amigo. Take your big fat belly, make it shake like jelly. Yeah, Santa.
Goose on the table, a kiss from an Abel, putting on my Christmas vest. A shiny new red bicycle, slipping on an icicle, the simple things that I like best. These are the things I love about the holidays. The jingle jangle feeling always stays. The simple things that I adore. Gingerbread, candy canes, so much more. Snowflakes on a windowsill, sledding down a country hill, good old-fashioned snowball fight. Picking out a Christmas tree with family and harmony. Oh, how it feels so right. These are the things I love about the holidays. The jingle jangle feeling that always stays. The simple things that I adore, like gingerbread, candy canes, and so much more. Boots on the table, a kiss from an Abel, putting on my Christmas best. Shiny new red bicycle, sipping on an icicle, the simple things that I love best.
Talking of Christmas and not 2 sixpences to jingle together in his trousers pocket. Hey, you there, Bob Cratchit, come here. What are you doing there?
Only putting a bit more coal in the fire, Mr. Scrooge. Seeing it's so cold in there, sir.
You put that coal back into the scuttle. A fire. A fire, indeed. I can tell you, if you use coal at that rate, you and I will soon be parting company, Bob Cratchit. You understand that? There's many a young fella's like your situation, you know.
I'm sorry, sir. My fingers were getting a little stiff with the cold.
Then put on your mittens. There's someone at the door. Go on, see what it is.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
The
This is the firm of Scrooge and Marley.
Yes, sir.
I should like to see the head of the firm, if I may.
Oh, very good, sir.
What is it?
A gentleman to see you, Mr. Scrooge.
Huh?
Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Marley's been dead these 7 years tonight. I'm Scrooge.
Well, now, Mr. Scrooge, at this season of the year, it's only fitting that we who are more fortunate should raise a fund to buy the poorest of meat and drink and means of want. You may not believe it, sir, but many thousands are now in want of common necessities, and hundreds of thousands are in want of the simplest comforts.
Are there no prisons?
Well, there are plenty of prisons, sir.
And the workhouses, they're still in operation, I trust?
I wish I could say they are not, but they are, sir.
The treadmill and the poor law are in full vigor then?
Both very busy, sir.
I'm glad to hear that. I was afraid from what you said at first that something had occurred to stop them in their useful cause.
No, sir, all these institutions that you mention are flourishing. But it's nevertheless true that some additional provision for the poor and the destitute must be made. A few of us upon change are endeavoring to raise such a fund, you see. And what shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
Oh, I see. You wish to be anonymous, sir.
I wish to be let alone. I don't make merry myself at Christmas time, and I can't afford to help make a lot of idle people merry. I help to support the establishments that take care of the poor. They cost enough. Let those who are badly off go there.
Many can't go there, sir. And many would rather die.
Well, my advice to them is to do so and decrease the surplus population. Besides, I've only your word for it that all this is so.
It's the truth, Mr. Scrooge.
So be it. It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, sir.
I quite understand, Mr. Scrooge.
Thank you. Show this gentleman out.
Yes, sir. This way, please. I couldn't help overhearing. I should like to contribute something.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Much, but it's all I can afford. But there are others in worse situation than I.
You're a generous fellow. I wish I might say so of your employer.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Yes, sir.
Close the door.
Yes, sir. 431. One and carry 3. And a scarlet tip at the tiny stem. A comb for Martha. 33. 3 and carry 3. A hair ribbon for Belinda. 4, 7, 12, 15.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's too late to have you go to Fothergill's. He'll be closed up for Christmas like these other fools. We may as well close up the place now.
Yes, sir. It is getting a little dark. Hard to see the figures.
I suppose you'll want the entire day tomorrow.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient. And it's not fair, either. But I suppose I can't do anything about it. If I was to stop half a crown of your wages, you'd think yourself very ill-used, I'll be bound.
Well, sir,
Yeah, but you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
Once a year. Once a year, indeed. A fine excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose there's no good talking. You must have the whole day. Well, see that you're here all the earlier the next morning. You understand?
Oh, I will, sir. I will indeed. Good night, sir, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
The hat I got for Christmas is too big. It's nice, but my sombrero is too big. Is it raining? Is it snowing? I can't see where I am going, 'cause the hat I got for Christmas is too big. But ring the bells and beat the drum. Ring the bells and beat the drum. I'll ring the bells to be polite. But if I see that Santa Claus, I'm going to start a fight. The hat I got for Christmas is too big. Oh, it's nice, but my sombrero is too big. If you wonder why I shiver, I fell 3 times in the river, 'cause the hat I got for Christmas is too big.
You are lounge tripping with DJ Cody on KWWK.
Ring the bells and beat the drum. I'll ring the bells, but I feel sick.
You are lounge tripping with DJ Cody on KWWK.
The hat I got for Christmas is too big. It's nice, but my sombrero is
You are lounge tripping with DJ Cody on KWWK.
here where I am. The hat I got for Christmas is too big. The hat I got for Christmas is too big. It's nice, but my sombrero is too big. Can't tell one thing from another. I got married to my brother. The hat I got for Christmas is too big. But ring the bells and beat the drum. Ring the bells and beat the drum. I'll ring the bells and say ole. But Mr. Senor Santa Claus, you spoil my holiday. ¿Por qué such a sombrero grande, Santa Claus?
Ghost? All right, then. Who were you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Jacob Marley. But you're dead. You died 7 years ago.
7 years ago this very night.
You are a ghost, then.
What's wrong, Ebenezer? Don't you believe in me?
I do not.
You doubt your senses, Ebenezer?
Yes. Because a little thing affects them. Slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You can't be a ghost. You may be an undigested bit of beef, or a blot of mustard, or a crumb of cheese. Fragment of an underdone potato. There may be more gravy than grave about you, whatever you are. Humbug, I tell you. Humbug. Excuse me. I do believe in you. You are a ghost, Jacob.
Thank you.
But why do you walk the earth, Jacob? Why do you come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him should walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide to witness what it cannot share, but might have shared on earth and turn to happiness.
Well, tell me, Jacob, what is that chain you wear around you?
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard by my own free will. It is patterned strange
Cash boxes, keys, padlocks, ledgers, and purses.
Yours was as heavy and as long as this 7 years ago. You have labored on it since 7 years.
Oh, Jacob. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
Comfort I have none to give. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger. Weary journeys lie before me.
You travel far?
On the wings of the wind.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland. Are you listening? Snow is glistening, a beautiful sight. We're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. If to stay is a new bird, he sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland.
Remember, when the bell tolls one, look for the first.
Molly!
Scrooge awoke. He was lying on his bed fully dressed. Suddenly the curtains of his bed were drawn aside, and Scrooge found himself face to face with the unearthly visitor who drew them as close to it as I am now to you. And I am standing in the spirit at your elbow. It was a strange figure, like a child, yet not so like a child as like an old man. Its hair, which hung about its neck and down its back, was white as if with age. And yet the face had not a wrinkle in it, and the tenderest bloom was on the skin. The arms were long and muscular, the hands the same, as if its hold were of uncommon strength.
Ebenezer Scrooge. Who's that? Ebenezer Scrooge, I have come for you. Oh, are you the spirit, sir, whose coming was foretold me? I am that spirit. What are you? I am the ghost of Christmas past. Long past? No, your past. What do you want of me? What brings you here to haunt me? Your welfare, Ebenezer Scrooge. Rise and walk with me. Oh, no, not out of the window. I can't do that. I'll fall down. I'm not a spirit, I'm mortal, and I'll fall. Bear but a touch of my hand upon your heart, and you shall be upheld in more than this. Come, follow me.
All the lights are coming on now. How I wish that it would snow now. I don't feel like going home now. I wish that I could stay. All the trees are on display now.
have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. When the blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white, but I have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
Do you recognize yourself, Kennedy? No. You're older now. A man in the prime of life. Your face has begun to wear the signs of care and avarice. Your eyes are greedy. The eager, restless eyes of a miser.
No, please.
She knows it too. That girl by your side. There are tears in her eyes.
Very little. I know that.
Belle, have I changed toward you?
When we were engaged, we were both poor.
Was it better then? Better to be poor?
Better at least to be happy. You're changed. You were another man then.
I was a boy. You blame me because I've grown wiser. Have I ever tried to break our engagement?
In words, no. Never.
In what then?
In a changed nature. In an altered spirit. In everything that made my love of any value in your sight. So I release you from your promise.
Belle!
Oh, it may cause you pain to lose me. A very brief pain. But soon it will be dim, like a half-remembered dream. An unprofitable dream. And you will be glad to be awake from such a dream. May you be happy in the life you have chosen as music. For the love of change.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. I've been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 50-foot convertible too, like blue. Well, I wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Yeah, yeah. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the boys I haven't kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I've been an angel all year, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa honey, there's one more thing I really do need, the deed to a platinum mine, Santa honey, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany's. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. And I don't need on the phone, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney
Spirit, take me where you will. Last time I went against my will and learned a lesson which is working now. If you have anything to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe, Ebenezer Scrooge. Touch my robe.
You brought me, Spirit?
An humble dwelling, an humble street.
It's miserable enough.
Yet there is happiness there.
Who are these people? Who's that woman and the children?
These are the family of your clerk, Bob Cratchit. He is wife, dressed in a twice-turned gown, but brave in ribbons, laying the table for their Christmas dinner. And there, assisting her, is their daughter Belinda, and the young man with a fork in the stuffing, that's Master Peter Cratchit, and the two little Cratchits. Listen, Scrooge.
Here's Martha, Mother.
Bless your heart alive, Martha, my dear. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Mother. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
How late you are, my dear.
Oh, we'd a deal of work to finish up last night, and we had to clear away this morning.
Well, never mind so long as you're here now. Sit you down before the fire and have a warm. Lord bless you.
Where's Father?
He's been to church with Tiny Tim. They'll be along directly.
How is Tiny Tim, Mother? Any better at all?
Sometimes I think he is. And sometimes I think, oh, dear God, if anything should happen to Tiny Tim.
Mother, you mustn't even think of such a thing.
Here they are! Tiny Tim. Merry Christmas, everybody. Martha, welcome, my dear.
Merry Christmas, Father. And Tim. Merry Christmas, Mother. Oh, Tim, you darling. Oh, Father, I'm so glad to be home.
And we're so glad to have you, Martha.
And how did little Tim behave in church, Bob?
Oh, as good as gold and better.
Oh, I like church, Mother. Oh, they sang the nicest songs. I hope people saw me there.
Saw you there. And why, Tim?
Well,
don't you see? Because I'm lame. And if they stole my crutch, it might be pleasant for them to remember on Christmas who it was made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Bless you, my son.
Are we ready to eat, Mother? Come on, let's eat.
Yes, children, we're all ready. Here we go. Come, take your places now. I'll wait your turn. There's blending and stuffing and dressing and plum pudding for all of you. Martha, you take care of Tiny Tim and see that he eats plenty. He must get strong and well. Now, just sit down, everyone. Right now, my dear.
Shall we say grace?
Sleigh bells.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your day be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Sleigh bells. Just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and sleigh bells in the snow.
Many places they visited, but always with a happy end. The spirits stood beside sick beds and they were cheerful. On foreign lands and they were close at home. By poverty and it was rich. In almshouse, hospital and jail, where vain man in his little brief authority had not made fast the door and barred the spirit out, the spirit left his blessing. It was a long night, if it was only a night. And it was strange, too, that while Scrooge remained unaltered in his outward form, the ghost grew older, clearly older.
My life on this globe is very brief, Ebenezer. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Hark. The hour has come.
Oh, no, not yet. Not yet. There are still more things I wish to learn.
These you will learn from still another spirit. Still another spirit, Ebenezer.
Scrooge looked about him for the ghost that had vanished, and he found himself once more in his bed, in his dressing gown and his nightcap on his head. He heard the clock strike, and then you remembered the prediction of old Jacob Marley.
Santa Claus. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman till the other kiddies kitties knock 'em down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a Santa Claus. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman till the other kitties knock him down. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking. And we while we were walking in a winter
He's late tonight. He walks slower than he used to. And yet I've known him to walk very fast indeed, with Tiny Tim on his shoulder. So have I, Mother. But he was light to carry. And his father loved him so that it was no trouble. No trouble at all. Bob.
Good evening, my dear.
You're late, Bob.
Yes, I'm sorry, my dear. I went to the churchyard today. I wish you could have gone with me. It would have done your heart good to see how sweet and green a place it is. But you see it often, I promise you. Yes, I promised Tiny Tim we'd walk there on a Sunday.
Oh, but dear, it's God's will, Bob.
I'm trying to understand it, my dear. My son, my little son, Tiny Tim. And I love him so.
Oh, that's cruel. Cruel. Can't you give me one ray of hope that I may change all that? That Tiny Tim may live?
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
You are well with DJ Coady on KWWK.
In a one-horse open sleigh. making spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Aren't you the gentleman who came to my office in regard to that charity?
Why, yes, sir.
A Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, sir.
Allow me to ask your pardon. And will you have the goodness to accept? I prefer to whisper this.
What, Dr. Blessed? Dear Scrooge, are you serious?
If you please, no, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are...
And I would hang up my stocking at Christmas, open my presents and I'd be glad. But the last time I played Father Christmas, I stood outside a department store. A gang of kids came over and mugged me and knocked my reindeer to the floor. He said, Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. Your bread, so don't make us annoy. Give all the toys to the little rich boy. Don't give my brother a Steve Austin outfit. Don't give my sister a cuddly toy. We don't want a jigsaw or Monopoly money. We only want the
job cause he needs one. He's got lots of mouths to feed. But if you've got one, I have a machine gun, so I can scare all the kids on the street. Father Christmas, give us some money. We got no time for your silly toys. We'll beat you up if you don't hand it over. We want your bread, so don't make us a noise. Give all the toys to the little rich boy. Have yourself a merry, merry Christmas. Have yourself a good time. But remember the kids who got nothing while you're drinking down your wine. Father Christmas, give us some money. We got no time for your silly toys. Father Christmas, please hand it over. We'll beat you up, so don't make us a noise. Father Christmas, give us some money. Don't mess around with those silly toys. Beat you up, don't hand it over. We want your breath, so don't make us a noise. Give all the toys to the little rich boy.
If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you.
You have just heard our annual presentation of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, starring Lionel Barrymore, brought to you by the makers of Campbell's Soup. And now here is Orson Welles.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in the program, it's my custom, as you know, to present you with a few words of introduction. Our guest of the evening. With your consent, I shall dispense with it tonight. To introduce tonight's guest to the Campbell Playhouse audience, or to any American audience, is an extravagant and superfluous procedure. For if ever an actor has won for himself a lasting place in the hearts of his fellow countrymen through years of unsparing and inspiring service, that actor is Lionel Barrymore. Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Oh, thank you, Orson Welles. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, this is the 4th year I've had the pleasure of appearing in the Christmas Carol here on the Campbell Playhouse, and I assure you all it's a pleasure that never tires. As long as I can remember, this has been one of my favorite stories. When we were children, it was read to us regularly at this time of year, as it is to many millions of children right now. And like many of them, I'm sure, the three of us, Ethel, Jas, and I, with the aid of a sheet and some old ironware, made a play of it. As I remember, we had 3 Scrooges in that production.
Who played Tiny Tim?
I think we had 3 Tiny Tims, too. But seriously, I can think of no part that I've enjoyed playing again and again as much as I have the part of that squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner, Ebenezer Scrooge. And I can think of no happier or more suitable choice for the makers of Campbell Soups to offer the people of America as their Christmas present each year than Charles Dickens' well-beloved story, A Christmas Carol. Good night, Orson. Good night, everybody. And a Merry Christmas to you all.
Good night to you, Mr. Barrymore. Thank you, sir, and a Merry Christmas to you. Ladies and gentlemen, next Sunday night, we're happy to announce our version of a great and truly American story by a great American novelist, Come and Get It, by Edna Ferber. Against the background of the mighty forests of Miss Ferber's own Wisconsin, it tells the stirring tale of the men and women who live and die in the woods, in order that lumber may come down the rivers every spring into the cities of the modern world.
You are
Like so many of Miss Berber's epic romances of American life, it's made from a best-selling novel into a highly successful motion picture. Now we bring it to you on the air. The story of a man and his son and the girl they both loved, Lotta. Lotta, played for us by one of the loveliest and most accomplished of Hollywood's younger dramatic actresses, Frances D. So until next week, until Come and Get It, my sponsors, the makers of Campbell Soups, and all of us in the Campbell Playhouse remain as always obedient for yours. But just one moment, please, Benny. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, it's the night before Christmas. And all through the Campbell Playhouse, not a creature is stirring that doesn't join Lionel Barrymore in wishing you a Merry, Merry Christmas. This goes for all of us, from my sponsor, myself, or for all of us, from Don McBain, who runs the machinery in the control room, to Miss Helgren, who types the Campbell Playhouse script, a Merry Christmas. From Benny Herman and his band of Merry Melodians, Merry Christmas. From Max Tears, canary-throated chorister, a very Merry Christmas. And from Harry Essman and Cliff Thorson and his crew of sound effect technicians, a Merry Christmas. And from Orson Welles and his considerable aggregation of dramatic talent, who include, among others, Mr. Everett Sloane, Mr. Frank Reddick, Mr. Erskine Sanford, Mr. George Coulouris, Mr. Ray Collins, Miss Georgia Backus, Miss B. Benaderet, and many, many others, a Merry Christmas. How about it, everybody? A Merry Christmas! That's right. And now, as Tiny Tim says,
God bless us, everyone.
Saying thank you and a very Merry Christmas to you all.